Okay, I'm
still a bit iffy on some of the stuff, so I'm checking everything's working fine because
that is no worries.
correct. Looks correct.
Greece versus France. Okay, we have.
Password is pony with a capital letter. No, it's not. It's not anymore.
Okay, just
Why
type it in our chat, and I'll.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Okay, let's try without the capital letter.
Oh, I'm
there
no genius.
It's because it's without the capital letter.
Okay, well.
So there it is.
Me.
Okay, so welcome everyone. We're going to co-cast this evening another World Cup game. It's France player Shutrev on Kuden Kakita Crane against Balaviaris Greek player on Unicorn HMT. And with me, Action Johnny.
Hello everyone, it's Action Johnny here.
So we're gonna go really quickly through the deck lists. That's Shutrev deck list. So very smartly named Bow. We can already guess a little bit of the content, like duelist training going with the bows. On the Dynasty side, we don't have many astonishing choices. Maybe a one of Chiki Kakita Izami, probably for the Scorpion matchup. We also have Tuta Kamori. My god, that character is just ugly, this art. It looks like a huge lemon. And then
the art of that is gross.
yeah, that's definitely. And then we have an interesting choice of having one Hotaru and two Yoshi. We might talk a little bit about that during the game. I heard him debating that a lot with Eric Balvis about this choice. So it might be interesting to have there inside.
I actually feel he's really made a terrible deck building choice here. I'm not seeing any copies of Tengu Sensei, which is quite frankly awful.
Yeah. Then on the conflict side, we have one Gunbai. I guess that's a good choice. It goes instead of the third ornate fan, and it allows you to trigger a stronghold one more time to get one more node character. We have a cheeky one of formal invitation. I guess it's good in many cases because of Toshimoko. And then we've got a very, very cheeky above question. I don't know how much it's going to be useful in this matchup. A few conflict. Yeah, please go on.
It's pretty good actually. If you hit Chigati with it, you can't.
Yeah, you can't be strength numbered, I guess.
Yeah, true. Actually, you probably just want to put it on your tower actually more than anything. He's got 3 strength in numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
One of Gossip, Policy Debate being the restricted card, a cheeky storied defeat. I guess it goes well with all the duels, and the classic Noble Sacrifice in one off.
It's easy. I'm no expert here.
Me neither.
It sounds like you might be a Frenchman.
Yeah, a tiny bit. And then on the other side, we have a Greek player on HMT Unicorn. The Dynasty side is also pretty classic. We have like 3 honest challenger, maybe one more than I used to see on previous games. We have a cheeky one of Yuchidayu, which is an excellent late game. The 3 classic Chagatai, of course, that goes very, very well with the restricted card charge that we can see on the conflict side. No.
Actually, I don't think that dynasty is very standard at all. He's running Utaku infantry. There's no minimum.
You're much better informed than I am on this one, so I'll let you go.
Yeah. Okay. So infantry is an interesting choice. He's not got any regulars here, so he's also not got Trailblazer or Young Warrior.
Yeah, true.
Recruits instead of shit. Has he got Moto? Yeah, he has got Moto. Hang on. Okay, so he's kind of got like a swarmier dynasty build of a lot of cheap characters.
Yeah, also think he's going to go really aggressively because if you have a look at the conflict size, you can see 3 strength in numbers. So that is quite of a tell that he's going to go very quickly.
Yeah, I like the conflict. The only thing that's missing that may cause him some issues in this matchup is Cloud, but he could just be like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm gonna bulldoze through 3 provinces and call it a day.
Yeah, I think is on only 1 Shugenja. So I think for Cloud, there's 3 Shugenjas on conflict side, of course, but on the Dynasty side you have only 1, so that might not be enough for the Cloud.
No, that's fair enough. This build, I would have liked to see the third katana at least, but
Yeah, I'm not sure
you
about
know,
the true strike genjutsu. Like, it's a really interesting choice, but I mean, it's going to go on Chagatai, maybe marginally Shono, and I don't think that's a matchup where it's going to be super good because, like, obviously no Crane has
uh,
Yuji, so
I'm not sure. I think you probably chuck that to spoils here. Um,
yeah,
he's got a cheeky little speak to the heart, which
yeah, that's a good one, I think. Because, like, if you go political on the last turn and you're on the stronghold, then if your opponent doesn't defend, you can just, like, might be threatened the break with that. And if you fail the break on military because your opponent's, like, over defend, then you might get it in political afterwards because of the speak to hurt. So that's, at least it forces your opponent to play around it, and I think it's good enough.
he's got a bit of play. He's got a little bit of play in the political side. He's got a cheeky I am ready as well.
Yeah.
Which I actually quite like as a one of here. He's just going for full on speed.
Yeah, I think it's really about, like, just breaking everything turn two. I think that's actually what's written in the name of the deck, right? It would be like turn to kill. Probably.
Let's have a look.
Turn to kill. I
Yeah,
guess.
turn to kill.
I guess that's the meaning of it. So if you're ready to go, I think. Yeah,
I'm ready to go. I don't like public forum on Earth here.
Oh yeah, I didn't check the provinces. I just giving
standard.
them the go and.
Yeah, he's got Mannequin Garden, Public Forum, Kanzor do, Appealing to the Fortunes, and Rally on the box.
The public is just, like, going in the game plan about, like, just having one more conflict to withstand your opponent's strikes, especially with the talisman. It can get you, like, that one more conflict to survive. But I agree, it's not like a.
The thing is, the Crane's not going to attack for the first 2 turns. Guarantee it.
No, it's going to be about who survives the most on board, and then Crane is going to be overwhelming. Like, if Crane doesn't die early, then I think it's going to be very complicated for Unicorn.
Lavarius has one simple linear strategy.
Yeah.
Which is kill fast and quickly.
Yeah, which means when it fails, it's not a good situation. The Crane lineup of provinces, like, super classic, apart maybe from the Midnight Revels. Like, that's likely going to be under the Stronghold. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it's going to be under the Stronghold.
I like that he has upholding authority in his row and not manicured. Because some Cranes are on the manicured and then big military box.
Yeah, true. That also works, yeah. So what do we have here? Nothing for now.
We have 2 empty boards.
Yeah.
All right, so this is fun. We have 2 very passionate nations here. You know, the French, the point of comedy at times, and the Greeks, which are a gregarious, good-natured bunch that like yelling over each other and having thick, exquisite beards.
Yeah, and they also have, like, quite a reputation at being very good at L5R.
They do, yeah. Small, but weirdly consistent meta. That is a 6-star for Unicorn. I'll say that straight away.
That's huge. Like, if he has a charge in hand first turn, that's going to be rough.
Okay, so Chuk needs to be really careful here because the Unicorn is running.
The challenger, so that cuts a lot of options for Unicorn. Like, you almost gonna need a conflict character for sure.
Definitely need a conflict cap. No, but he's not going to attack the challenger. I think the challenger's really bad here. Oh no, he's got favorable ground, right?
The thing is, like, you can attack politically with the challenger to avoid the charge. Pull the lone character that would be played by Unicorn, and then go back home with the favorable ground, and then you messed up all Unicorn's turn.
That's true. That's definitely something that can happen. He does have to be careful of the one copy of Press of Battle because Challenger is the one non-unique duelist, I think.
Yeah, he would just get bowed, right? He would get bowed. And you've got Kahila Dojo, and she's a duelist, right? So I think that could be a problem also.
The other thing is because this guy is on Lion Splash, he's on 3 ready for battles, so True. He is not giving too much of a fuck about battle effects in this deck.
Yeah. The thing is, maybe you want to burn those early so that they don't fire later. Like, if you can get ready for battle firing first turn, I think you're happy about that.
Shoot.
Oh,
We're gonna have
okay.
a restart here.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to restart the game.
Shoot,
Yep.
you. Jesus
Nice,
Christ.
nice start. Very nice. I guess the unicorn player is a bit disappointed there.
Yeah, that's a
or
fucking
not,
big.
because like if he hasn't a conflict character, that's actually maybe better for him. So
Also,
I'm just sitting there. And we're gonna
going
start.
second, going second is pretty rough as well. You know, you wanna get the pressure on there. You don't want to get challenged.
Yeah, that's it. Like the dodge is really annoying because like you cannot really play that Moto Youth, and if you don't play it, you don't have a turn. But if you play it, you might still not have a turn. So that's not a good compromise.
I'm just jumping straight into the next game now.
Yeah, I'm in into.
They call chess clock this time. I'm just gonna grab a glass of water to whet
Yeah,
my
sure.
whistle.
No
I'll be
worries.
right back.
Yeah. French player telling like that's the first mistake from the French player. I hope it's gonna be the last one. So just waiting for the players to mulligan and you. I'm sorry if I'm being a bit unreactive on the Twitch chat. I just have it on the phone and it's not like I'm not used to it. I'm gonna try to get better at it, but also the phone is crappy, so it doesn't help.
Okay, so we're going now.
Yeah, they're mulliganing in here. Yeah, I think we the restart I could have had is because they messed up the clocks. It needs to be chess clocks.
Okay, so Unicorn gets first player, so that's a slight consolation for losing that pretty awesome start.
Yeah, it's true. Definitely true.
Like in 3 from Dynasty, Shoot probably dig in for Toshimoko. Toshimoko turn 1 is so huge against
Yeah,
Unicorn.
against Unicorn, it's really good.
It's
Has a
just so big.
yeah, good military stat line and can cancel Drek. That's really, really good. Even just a ring, actually, if you have encampment.
Yep, it's very good. You need exactly send strength in numbers to deal with that fucker.
Yeah, it's sort of the display of power of Crane against Unicorn.
Oof. And that is a much worse start for Unicorn. Actually, Nagui not bad. Nagui not bad.
Yeah,
That's all right.
thing is the Crane start there is really good. Like if you can
Yeah,
defend that Yuji with the Toshimoko during the first turn, then after that, or maybe you just even play G. I don't know. No, maybe Toshimoko is better.
I think you play. I
Yeah.
think you play Toshimoko 3 Fate.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Because you know you're very likely to get that passing fate.
Yep. I think I go.
Unless Crane. It's not sure because actually. Yeah, I think he needs. Unless he already has a conflict character to trigger the box, but even then it's not. Yeah, you get the passing fate. Like, what would you play if you're Crane? Like, the infantry isn't awesome at that point because like you have only 2 characters.
Child of the Plains is really good.
It's
Actually,
really good. Yeah.
yeah. First action is pretty big if you buy Child of the Plains.
Yeah, I haven't played enough of it to be aware of that.
Well, it's just if you hit Magistrate Station, right? You can just kick him out instantly and then break it. Like, yeah, Nagui Child of the Plains is a sick combo because that's like almost insta breaking. They both have 0 glory.
You can also like it also allows you to have that ambusher jumping in like on Shameful. Or...
Yeah, but he's opted to go for he's opted to deny Fate instead, and that's fine as well.
Given that the Crane player spends everything, that's probably a good choice because now he's at 0 Fate. Of course, he's Seeker, so you still have like 50% chance of giving him 1. But
can Crane actually stop this first conflict here? Can they do anything about this?
Not sure. Don't think he can because well, he's got first action, but he's gonna be sent back home by Nergi.
Yeah, he does. I'm just seeing, does he have anything in his deck that stops that?
Don't think so.
He does, yeah. Because above question only stops.
Oh yeah. There is above question, but then you would need You need the crane. Yeah, okay, that happens. You need him to hit avoid province.
Okay, above question doesn't stop Nagui.
No,
He
it
needs
doesn't stop
exactly.
Negi. It stops an event only. Yeah, and there comes
Okay.
a first policy debate, so we're going to see Kyun Kakita honoring that Toshimoko. I think you still send him back home right after that.
Yeah, he will, but then that's bad because at that point he is working really hard.
Yeah, and you still have to break that, which is like not good.
Yeah, he's got double strength in numbers, double charge. He can break pilgrimage here. He is going to probably a charge here.
Or you, yeah, I think you discard charge definitely.
This is actually awkward. He doesn't have any military buffs. He does not have a military buff here.
Maybe you discard the AM ready actually. Well, not even. Oh, strength in numbers. Okay, that's interesting.
So now you've got to send Toshimoko home if you want any chance, and then you've got to pray that he doesn't have 2 voice of honors for the charge. And if he has both voices, then this is going to get very wonky very quickly.
Yeah, and if he doesn't discard a charge, that might be because he has at least 1 voice, maybe. Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay,
Well, if the unicorn player plays to charge and gets voiced twice, that's super bad start.
Yeah, charge not doing anything here. Oh, this ain't good. Not good.
If he charges, he breaks actually, but like
Hey,
that's going
doesn't.
to be a huge investment.
He needs 5 strength. He hasn't put the Wayfinder into this conflict.
Yeah, but he has the infantry, so if you play your 2 charges, it's fine. But you need to play both of them. And you probably charge the border rider anyway.
Yeah, I charge the border rider. I feel like he's got voice of honor here.
I also think so. Otherwise,
Shoot was saying that this matchup is bad for Crane, or rather, he does not like this matchup in.
I also heard
Crane.
him telling that you need the Toshimoko very early, so I think he aggressively mulliganed for that.
It does appear that way, and it has paid off.
Yeah. It's really difficult there for the unicorn player because, like, if you do what he does, then you don't have a ring effect, you don't break, which means you're already in a bad spot. And if you charge and get cancelled, I think it's even worse. So.
Yeah, I think you just hold on to your hand here. Yeah, that's completely the correct choice. You've got to wait until you have gas.
Yeah, Johan. Yeah, sorry, gone. Apologies.
I was gonna say is based on what we saw in his hand, there is no way of breaking. It does suck. Every turn you lose against Crane is a turn closer to losing the actual game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I wanted to say. Is that if he throws away cards now, he has no really potent, reliable way of breaking anything. So it's really going to be wasted cards.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and now Toshimoko is going to cancel that Void Ring, definitely. Or even just in defense.
I think you chuck the entire row there after this turn as well. Just discard fully. Keep infantry. I don't know. Definitely get rid of the other 2.
I think you keep the border rider actually.
I can.
Like you play it with 0 fate, and if Crane wants to assassinate it, then he does. But
he is second player next turn. Would I keep the border rider? Judge in hand? I'm not sure I would. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's
hard.
Actually. Yeah, he goes for the play you suggested.
Yeah. If he has,
that's.
I guess
that's.
This is really not going well for him at all. Yeah. And there's Uji.
And Uji coming out, and there is no way that Uji isn't going to get honored by the end of the turn.
A favorable ground for Nagui. This is going badly already.
Yeah.
Very unlucky.
And like Crane is there is a 50% chance that if you go on, yeah, I think if you go on another Crane province, then there is a 50% chance that you hit Magistrate and a 50% chance that he get a Fate, which means he can totally play that Nerushima with the Nereki discount if he wants, with the UG discount if he wants.
Oh, you got to assume that he has seen some sort of way to honor either via his box or wear the crane.
I think there is no way that UG didn't get honored by the end of the turn, and very likely way before the end of the turn. I guess if you've got a way off, you play it as soon as he's in the conflict. And if you got a duel, you just do the same. Like there is no reason not to. Ideally, you would like to have a time your gun by there as Crane, but I think the game is already going very well, so ideally might be a bit.
We're going to see this break, I think. We're going to see, unless he wants to defend upholding authority, which he could do. Chances are that if he's attacking upholding authority, he's got the Shinjo ambusher in hand.
The reason why you might want to defend that is because there is 2 keeper, and that's water.
Yeah, no, I think he will defend it, and he does defend with Toshimoko.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Is he on Defend, Your Honor? Let's have a look. He does not have any.
So.
No, okay, that's bad as well for him. That's not great.
Yeah, I think that was shoot conclusion after testing against the deck, is that without Defend Your Honor, it's much easier. The thing now is that like you don't even have to use Toshimoko's ability, and because you have a favorable ground, I don't even see how Unicorn is going to get like 1 ring this time. That's going to be super complicated.
I think we'll see if he strengthens numbers, we'll see a voice. If he sends home, we'll see favorable ground. Yeah. Anyway, the strength in numbers is just going to get debated out of his hands.
Yeah, he's getting rid of all of them, so he doesn't have to care about it anymore.
He didn't buy.
He still didn't get significant military boosts, right? There is a katana, but that's pretty much everything.
Yeah, this is super rough. This is really, really rough. And home from the GUI. We'll see favorable ground to put it back in. As the ambusher there. Got to assume that Shoot has seen some military buffs.
I think as Crane, you might even let him like
the ambusher.
Yeah, you pass, and if Unicorn doesn't break, then you're happy about it. And if he plays ambusher, then you come back with the favorable ground.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's happening here as well.
And it's just like 1 more card wasted for Unicorn. That's really rough. I was a fine katana, so yeah. I think that's not neat. Oh yeah, maybe to ensure that he wins the duel if he wants, but I think that wasn't even needed. Like you were already at 6 against a 4.
Probably just trying to prevent honor loss. Whoa, hold on. What's going on here? 17-8. When did that happen?
There has been 2 yurts, I think. No, there has been 1 yurt, and Unicorn did bid low, right? No, it didn't. Yeah, that's weird. What happened? We missed that.
Maybe policy debates lopsided that a bit.
That's what I'm searching for. She did give 2 on the policy debate. So that's not enough to explain the huge difference. There was 1 yurt, 1 from undefended.
He's played 2 policy debates though, so he could have lost 4 from there.
And it's 4 from the policy debates. So yeah, that's why. And yeah, Toshimoku going back into the conflict, and yeah.
Rough.
No, because you didn't need it to play that katana, that might be a tell that he has the Gunbai for Yuji. Or a voice. Thing is, if your opponent doesn't play a character anyway, you don't really care about that.
We're gonna see Uji march into a province here, probably Fire or Earth Ring, maybe Void as well, just to get rid of Nergui. No, he just passes.
That's interesting. What is he afraid about while passing that one?
Not sure. He's just playing safe, right? Shoot's a very safe player. And,
yeah, but I mean, you know the provinces, right? So, like,
he has appealing to the fortunes. So
yeah,
that's
but given what's
something.
in the row, I think you want to break that now. Like, unless you don't have a conflict character, that might be a possibility.
We finally see Chigatai. We're gonna hopefully see a Yurt flip to maybe look for the Nagui dupe. We're gonna see.
Honestly, not going Earth or Air on the previous one is a bit disappointing because now, like, you have a lot of fate on rings.
Still think I'd go Water. He's got plenty of fate here. He actually, do you know what?
No,
as well,
I mean, from the previous turn, Shoot's not going for a ring. Like, he wasn't losing the favor anyway. I'm really surprised he didn't go. Maybe I just didn't solve something, but like, even if you hit appealing, like, it's just the only thing that can be cheated into play is an infantry. Like, it's not. I prefer to have that cheated into play than anything else.
I think I would hard buy Chagati here. You know.
Yeah, I think it's the right call. Yeah.
I think 3 fate Chagati. Go for a ring with fate.
That is at least okay.
It's not. He's going to go double charge. So Ryuko is now going to honor Thingy, Uji.
The problem paying Shono instead of Shagatai is that you're going to commit much more on your conflicts. I think paying the Shagatai would have been good just to apply a bit of pressure in a situation where you are a bit behind and actually significantly behind.
Yeah. It's going to be very hard to break 4 provinces of Uji now.
Yeah, because I guess he has he has the 2 charges, but like that's gonna get voiced, right? There is no way this charge go through on the Chagatai if he has a voice.
Barbaris bidding 1 to 3. Oh shit! He could get an auto win here.
That starts to be a bit threatening, actually. because now Crane cannot really throw away his honor on the duels anymore.
Oh man, this is what we need. We need fucking win airing.
Yeah, that's another reason. That's another reason. I didn't want to tell it when he was at 17, but now that he's at 21, it's relevant. Like, not going for a conflict on previous turn is a bit disappointing because like you would have had one honor loss from the undefended, and if you had taken air, that would have been like one more fate, more honor for you to commit on your duels, and maybe one less for your opponent. So
I actually like this. If he wins this, he can discard Nagui, and then he has cavalry reserves in its multitudes. That's probably going to get cancelled.
Yeah, and then you can charge the Chagatai. Like, after you, like, the probability that he has the 3 voices is not that high. And I don't think he has a censure. Just checking that quickly, but no, there is no censure. There is the gossip though, so he can still, if he has the gossip, he can gossip the charge and problem solved.
Gonna dojo as first action to stop Thingy from doing anything, Nagui.
Yeah. But then Shono probably triggers, right?
I know. Well, you want to hold on to Shono.
It's only +3. Yeah, you want to use it as late as possible.
Yeah, so double charge now. That's going to get cancelled. I bet you any amount of money.
At least the first one, and very likely the second one too. I mean, he's almost half his deck, so it's likely that.
Oh my god! It does. It doesn't
there is
have
no
voice.
cancel actually. Also, either it decided that it doesn't want to cancel that because it don't need to. That's a possibility, actually.
That's
But it
interesting.
sounds rough. Like if you
I don't know,
willfully
man.
do not voice that because you know you can deal with it, then I would be happy to know how you're gonna deal with it.
And without seeing Shoot's hand, I'm just gonna look at his deck quickly and see what he's got.
I think it's just the tell that you don't have to voice. Like there's a
Could have a bunch
free
of
free
political stuff. He
free
really could have
duelist
all.
free duelist training too. So might actually see a duelist training on UG, just another like military boost, and then dueling something. But then yeah,
Yeah, he
there's the
could have
ready
a
for
hand.
battle. So
He could have a hand of political. We see fine katana on Uji. So now we've got to see Shona yet because he might put the second ambusher in.
no, there comes a cavalry reserve, and then we might see the voice.
I do not like that cavalry reserves. I do not like it.
Like
I see why he's doing it. Unless he's got like literally zero other military buffs.
yeah,
If he has Banzai, this could be P bad. Is Chu waiting to cancel a cavalry reserves? Does he have a voice? He's probably doing. It sounds like he's doing
yeah.
some maths.
No,
Oh my
I
god!
think
I don't think Chu has voice. I
he
think Chu
doesn't
is
have it. He
voiceless here.
doesn't. If you have it, you cancel that one. That one. I would
Yeah,
have
100.
actually have been like super happy to see him canceling that after deciding not to cancel the charge. Like that really would have sounded quite clever. But you know,
Oh man,
this moment of nothing happening really sounded like oh crap. Like
yeah, this is bad, man. This is bad for Chu.
yeah, he,
Banzai.
he's going to try to cancel that with Takshimako. Like definitely.
Okay, so this is what's happening here. And not forget Toshimoko. If he forgets Toshimoko, this is tragic.
Strength in numbers incoming, I think. Ah, he doesn't. Wait,
No, he's lost
two are
two.
discarded. He has a third one. No, he has a third one in the deck, but I mean, yeah,
That from one card, then that's fucking
yeah.
lucky. I do not think we're gonna see it.
And if we see it, then should voice that. That would be fucking huge.
Yeah, that would be huge. I think we're gonna see Katana on Chagatai. You certainly
Shono,
hope we see.
maybe Shono actually, because he has two fates. Like, I agree, Chagatai is gonna stand, but like,
He's going to lose the
yeah,
Toshimoko duel, right? There we go. That's the third fight in Katana. He's 100%
yeah,
losing the
true,
Toshimoko duel.
yeah, yeah. I don't know how you win that duel. Like, you have to get rid of the Toshimoko, and if you don't have the strength in numbers, you don't.
A double policy debate is pretty brutal.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think Pilgrimage is going to stand here. Less.
yeah, and that also means that Chagatai bows and Unicorn is in a pretty bad spot. Like,
Yeah, challenge on the field is the other option.
no, because it's non-unique. Oh no, sorry, it's not press of battle. Yeah, challenge on the field.
Yeah, yeah. That challenge will work. He needs challenge or strength, otherwise he's not going to win this.
Yeah. But even the challenge, like, oh yeah, he has a lot of characters on his side, so
he's gonna insta win challenge if he plays it, because Chagatai would be representing I don't know
7,
a
8,
lot.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13 strength. So yeah,
That's yeah,
it's quite a lot.
yeah.
Actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 13 against 10. So yeah. Oh no, he has a bonsai, so Toshimoko is at 14 right now. So you would have, yeah.
Hold on, he's just put Katana on the infantry.
15 with Yuji, actually.
In Katana on infantry here.
That's a weird choice. Like,
no, because that infantry is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now is 10 military
yeah,
can get on a single character.
I mean, Ukraine at 7. Like, are you really afraid about assassinating that one if it matters? Like,
I know. I'm just more talking for the Toshimoko duel.
Yeah, sure, but you can
There it
assassinate that
is! Challenge
before.
on,
Yeah, there
this
it
is
comes.
huge. Challenge on the field off a one card. Did he have it?
That's
The policy debate?
there is the voice.
No,
Oh
he
my
did.
god,
Oh my
he
god,
he
that.
was just hounding onto it. Like
Oh shit! Does he have a second voice? Does he have? We see the third
that's
strength
very
numbers.
likely that he has a second.
Oh my god! Oh my! What a conflict! That's huge.
Yeah, it's
That's
just insane.
huge. Okay. He saw all 4 send homes.
Yeah.
He has
Hopefully,
actually.
hopefully he did actually.
Yeah, no. Well, no, that's it. Like Toshimoko out the way. The only issue now is Chagatai is gonna eat Water Ring.
Yeah, she definitely
That's
knows what he's doing. Like he's really good.
wow. That's some great play by Shoot there. That's
Yeah.
really, and they see why he's one of the top dogs.
Yeah, and
Okay.
even if you lose that pilgrimage, like Chagatai doesn't bow, but like, are you in such a bad spot? Because you still have Toshimoko, duel hasn't triggered. Like, and given the amount of resources that Unicorn had to involve in that, I mean, that's
So basically, here's what you do as Unicorn now. You eat the water. You defend with Chagatai on the Water Ring. You just accept that. Then you stand Border Rider and either defend the second conflict, and then this is the best strategy of all. You pray to God. You flip your last yeah.
actually, yeah. There was a good suggestion is that you can totally go as shoot for Earth, and you buy the Challenger, pull in the Chagatai if it's not defended.
Jagadai's coming in, man. He's going water and he's got 2 keepers in the bin. Like this is actually that he's hit Khans or do. That's awful for him.
Yeah.
Flip to military. We'll probably see 2 keepers coming in. Yep, we do see 2 keepers coming in.
That's good for Unicorn, actually.
Unicorn. So it means they're gonna get the favor now. And that also means he can stand Border Rider and just like poke a ring. Doesn't even really matter.
He still has 2 conflicts, so he
He
can
has 2 conflicts.
at least get fates from rings.
Oh, absolutely. So I go void here 100%. I 100% go void, and I make him defend the void.
Try to get rid of Toshimoko, forcing him to defend.
And then you can break up holding authority with your second ambusher, which I saw he had.
Yeah, he had 2 of them, definitely.
Oh my god, he's not going void. Okay, he's just going straight.
Earth is actually also interesting because like you need to fix
you
a
can go
little
Earth
bit that you need to try to fix a little bit that hand disparity. You're 4 card behind your opponents, and there's 2 favorites.
Does he have an answer to? Does he have an answer to Void Ring now?
Don't think so, but you're gonna lose the infantry, I guess.
I know, like Shoot is not gonna. He's out of conflicts.
Yeah, but you have he cannot
play
anything because he hasn't taken a ring with fate. So he cannot even. Oh yeah, he can still play a challenger.
Yeah, he's playing no fate challenger of Uji, which
go void.
I mean,
it doesn't sound good, but I think you don't have a choice because otherwise you lose the Choshimoko, and that's not good. Oh, okay, that's also worse.
Yeah, that's also fine.
It's actually probably better because these 2 glory are not going to give you the favor, given that there is 2 keepers on board. So if your opponent wants the favor, he's gonna get it.
There's voids. He's probably going to lose the infantry or the youth. I don't think he really cares about either of those.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
If he flips you, this is GG. So
true, definitely, unless it doesn't defend that one, because he's gonna lose 1 for undefended. But like, yeah,
you definitely defend.
Yeah,
you definitely defend. Whatevs. Yeah, that's fine. He removes it from the infantry. That's also whatevs. That's fine.
Then you stand that
Now
boulder
you
rider and you go with it,
already
I guess.
you use keeper to go firing, and then you probably
Yeah.
dishonor.
No,
I don't know.
no, you honor one of your guys, right? One of your guys that is leaving. I am ready on Chono. Okay, so just taking that break also works.
Oh, he used I am ready. Ah, nice.
Thing is, it ensures that shoot isn't going to jump the challenger into playing defense to get the ring and then win the favor because you went with the keeper.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I can.
Also, that Shono is honored, so if you can have him leaving play quickly, then you
That's
might be
true.
winning
Yeah,
the game quickly.
I
Like,
think we're going to see an honor win here.
yeah, I
I
also
think. I
think
think
so.
he's
Like,
going to. Yeah.
you just honor one of your guys with the firing, and then
Ah,
no. Oh,
ah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
definitely.
He's
Yeah,
gonna honor. He's gonna honor anyone. Literally
yeah.
anyone. It doesn't matter.
Anyone that leaves.
Turn. He can. He could even do it defensively if shoot attacks.
Yeah,
This is great. You can actually discard Shono to HMT if he attacks military on defense. That's another potential line.
yeah, true.
How did Shu get in a position where he has 23 honor? That's insane.
Yeah, that's W. 4 honor from the beats, an airing and an oppose that he didn't took the occasion to fire, and that's already a lot. Like that's almost 8 honors.
Yeah, that
It,
is.
it sounds weird. I agree. It sounds super weird.
We see Tattooed Wanderer come in.
Not sure why.
Needs no, I don't think there's anything you can do here. Banzai.
Banzai, yeah, that's pretty much everything. But I think if you have it, you don't even win with the Banzai. Like you're only at 7.
I don't even think you care if this breaks if you're Chu. I think you want him to have to attack Shameful Display or Magistrate Station, right?
Yeah, I agree, but I'm not even sure it makes a difference there. Like at that point.
I think if I'm Unicorn, I just endlessly poke Upholding Authority and try and win Air Ring and just play like all my cavalry reserves and shit. What's he got? He's got at least. I'm gonna have a look at his hand here and try and figure out what he has. Another charge, another cavalry reserves, and 2 captive audiences.
I think you don't really want to play the captive audiences unless it wins you the game.
Oh.
So if you have a spoil, you just like throw them away for the spoils. Yeah.
Any stopper firing. Okay, yeah. So I actually think that's a really good result for Unicorn. Like, I'd rather attack Upholding Authority endlessly. Now.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a mistake to 4-bit that break. Like,
Yeah,
unless wait, it's not over. Like, oh yeah, both passes, so it's the conflict is over actually.
Yeah, so that's
I
actually
see no points. Like, okay, you play the Wanderer to avoid losing 1 honor, why not? But then I see no point playing that Banzai where you lose 1 honor actually, and you still don't win that firing, and you're defending the one province you really want to break. Like,
okay, so this is interesting. He actually honors the keeper initiate. Is he not going to go for the honor win?
Thing is, at the end of the next turn, he's gonna get 1 honor for Shono leaving and 1 honor from that keeper leaving. So it's
a lot can happen in a turn, right?
Yeah, sure, but I mean, if you honor a living guy, oh yeah, because you could then sack Shono with the stronghold. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, man. I think I would just take the honor. Maybe he's worried about cancels on cavalry reserves. Actually, that's fair.
That also turns off the voice. Yeah, right.
That does turn off voice if he has a second voice. I mean, Yurt wins it straight up now.
We didn't saw
No.
We didn't saw a single voice, a single way of the crane now, so the voice might be turned on really quickly.
That's also true. Well, he's not going to be able to bid more than 1. That's the issue.
Yeah, but maybe he has 1 in hand. That's what I meant. Because like, there wasn't a really good slot up to know where you wanted to play that, because both your characters in the conflicts were honored. No, you might want to, because just to get the voice on.
A shoot is forced into an awkward situation here where he has to go air.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice. If you don't go air, you lose the game. Like
Yeah, you just straight up lose at the end of this turn.
Unicorn just defend for the figure and then goes all in air, and you straight lose.
Unicorn then needs to go for fire and defend every other conflict. So it is doable. Very doable, actually, because he's got cavalry reserves and Nagui in the discard. He's got a very good cavalry reserves and he has charge. Chu is in a fucking rough spot here.
I'm not even sure you can win that if you're the Crane player, honestly. Like,
has to go political.
Because you go political, air, you steal an honor from your opponent. So he's going to be at 23. And then he takes fire. And if you cannot win that fire ring, you straight lose the game. And even if you do, then you're still at a threat of yacht and airing from your opponent next turn. So really, and actually, what might happen is Balafiar is sacking Shono with the stronghold, then charging him with the reserve. I mean, getting him back with the reserve.
Oh yeah, that is also an option.
Yeah, that's 3 honors with the keeper leaving. With the fire ring, it's 4. So it really doesn't sound good. Really doesn't.
Probably something small like the ambusher, just to take the court games, because you don't want to have any of your honor guys doing it.
Yeah, you don't care about who takes it as long as it's not an honored character, because like you choose who lives in which order at the end of the turn. So you can have honored guys living first, and you win the game if you have enough.
Yeah, okay, so this is absolutely correct here. Yeah. He plays a character which has no token on it. So if the court games happens, then it just goes straight onto the.
I'm not even sure. Like, you had to put the keeper in. Yeah, it's free skill. Okay. Yeah. With the favor, it's 4, so it forces you to do something. Yeah, it's good. It's very good, actually.
I think I would have put Shono in as well here. I just think you want to win this, right? He plays court games. That's going to hit the youth.
Thing is, okay, even if you don't win that one, you're still in a winning position. Like, you can still close it this turn with a cavalry reserve and Shono. So I'm not even sure like it matters that much.
It's true.
The idea might just be trying to force Crane to expand cards there.
The issue is that it's going to be really difficult to get past those 2 military towers there.
True.
Really difficult. So he needs to be attacked militarily, and
that's true.
Rough. Okay, we see Tetsuko moved in.
Yeah, that's a good move from Schutz, definitely.
We're gonna see no, he's not going to use the dojo yet.
I think you can't win that anymore from the point you pulled in the Tetsuko. Like, well, it depends what you have in hand, but you would need like I don't even know what you need.
Oh, he's going to pull in Shono as well.
Pull in Shono too. Okay, that's bad.
I still okay. So there's still a way out here. This is you just play slow. You go character, military, fire. You lose that character. Well, you lose that conflict.
Thing is,
and then you just defend military and you win, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. If he pulls in that Shono, then you're just happy about that, right? You sack him.
This is he's just captive audienced.
Oh, interesting.
So now he's gonna.
That makes the Honor victory much more complicated to reach now.
I don't like that. Okay, I see why he's done it, because now he's gonna. Okay, he's just bailed on the honor win. They've done that this turn.
I think that's the wrong choice.
Oh, that's bad, man. That feels bad. That's bad.
Yeah, I know you have the duel with threatening on UG. Like,
So basically, if he just takes Shono getting pulled in, he poked with one character,
yeah, fire to force the
blocks
defense.
for the last two, and then he selects the order in which the honor tokens leave play, and he just wins the game, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think there's anything that Chute could have done about that.
No, I don't think so. I think there was nothing to do about that.
Oh, that's awful. That's really bad. I feel
and
bad.
Like I said, you still had the possibility of sacking Shono to get one additional honor with the cavalry reserve optionally if it's needed. Like, it's or at least to pressure it so that your opponent has to take that in account. I think that captive audience is a wrong choice. Like, not just because it forbids you the honor of victory for that turn, but also because it relieves a lot of pressure from your opponent. Like, of course, no Chute still cannot throw away his honor on duels or stuff, but he's not in the danger zone of losing that turn.
I also don't understand why he's going political
here. Yeah, that's weird.
I really don't understand political here.
Especially with those characters. Like, why?
Man, he's navigated this turn pretty poorly.
That really feels like it's done, I won, and you stop thinking.
Maybe, yeah. Because that challenger wasn't going to win that airing, was it?
No, I don't think so.
He wants to start doing
and that was the point. Like, even if he wants the airing, like you're still pressuring hugely your opponent, and that sounds really weird.
He's having a good old think here.
Because at the end of the
I
turn,
don't like this political attack.
Unicorn still has a charge. And you've got 2 military conflicts left, and you have a Chagatai in one of your province, and you have an encampment. So that's still far from done, and you have a cavalry reserve. Like, it's far from over.
It's definitely far from over, but like he's playing a game now where the rest of the game is going to be one bid, and he's racing against time with Daijoji Uji here. That Uji's a win condition of its own.
Yeah. If Crane flips a Uji dupe, that's going to be super rough.
That's going to be really, really bad.
Yeah.
Chute does defend.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The captive audience stopped Shono being pulled in SS. The thing is, like, do you care that much about it? Because then you can just like win the conflict in defense, sack the Shono, get one honor from it, and you got one more military conflict, and you have cavalry reserves. So
I really like that version of events that you've just described. That would have been fucking high skill.
It's like it's a bit convoluted, but it's also because of it is that it's good. Like it's harder to
it's telegraphed. He put formal invitation on.
Yeah.
So hold on though. There is one thing we're forgetting. Cavu, you need to win with Shono to get pride on, and there's no guarantee of that happening.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, on the second version that you would reserve, but you have a charge, you have a Chagatai. Like, I agree, it's not granted, but it's still likely. And even if you don't, like, you're still at 23, which is like much more threatening than 21.
I honestly think the best course of action for this turn was just poke fire, defend all the other conflicts.
Yeah,
and that's the safest, easiest way to win the game there.
Yeah, I agree about that. Being first player would have been the straightforward win.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you still got to get around this huge Toshimoko tower.
You know that cheeky one-off Way of the Unicorn?
You got one?
No, it doesn't. I'm just joking. Like it's
All right, okay, yeah.
a game in 100 is not a reason to play it for that. Like,
Okay, we see Water here, Tattooed Wanderer, going at Chagatai, who's probably
yeah,
going to be charged.
yeah, and you want to stand that Toshimoko, and yeah,
So
that's
here's what you do as a unicorn. You charge Chagatai, you win Water, you stand Chagatai.
yeah. I think that's what you have to do anyway.
Um,
But then even then, what do you do with the Chagatai? Because like you have two
you
military
just
conflict.
you just go Void, right? You just make him because you can cavalry reserves after that. You can cavalry reserves Nagui, Border Rider, and Moto Youth, which is huge.
Yeah,
Do you have another voice?
yeah, and that's what I was wanting to say. It's like, and you cross your finger that you don't have another voice involved.
He does not have a voice. Chagatai comes in.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he has another one.
Okay, this is massive. This is absolutely huge now because if reserves off, we're gonna see Uji leave play.
Yeah, if you can win that void ring, yeah, you G display, and I think it's very bad for Crane then. Because
If
like
that happens, you can both
he
start bidding.
loses both Yuji and Toshimoko, and that's
That's bad.
huge.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's super bad.
We gotta see Chagatai stand now.
He still has
Stand Chagatai.
yeah, he still has the Toshimoko trigger, but he has no way to put him back into a conflict, I think.
He does not.
Yeah, formal invitation has been played and it's a one-off, and you need a political conflict anyway. And
Got to stand. He's got to
yeah,
stand Chagatai. This is it. This is what he has to do. He's got to stand Chagatai, and then he could even
and go
actually
void.
break 3 this turn. Pilgrimage this turn or last turn?
That was a previous turn. Yeah,
Okay, so yeah,
I think
he.
that's not bad either, actually, because like if you can get that, yeah, but you would be only at 23. Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I think Chagatai was better.
Chagatai is better because you can break 3 provinces.
Well, actually, one, two, three.
You have yeah you go break up holding that one. Chagatai stays standing.
It's one more military strength than Chagatai, but I understand your point. Like if you break, it's better to have Chagatai. But are
Yeah,
you
and
going to break through this Yuji? Like, I don't
you're
think
going to
so.
break through the Suji. I think you're going to break through the Suji for sure. He's got Nagui.
Oh yeah, you've got sure. You've got the cavalry reserve for Nagui.
You probably at this point go. You have to go void.
You don't have a choice. It's void. Like you need to get rid of Yuji.
His last card is something. It's a cavalry reserve and something we don't know.
Because like, if you don't get rid of Yuji, then next turn it's
What
going
it
to
is.
be a pain. Like you have to get rid of it.
Uji has to die. I, maybe he's gone Shona because he wants to get the pride back again. It's like pressuring multiple win conditions
That
here.
was my point. I think getting Shonois was just about like using the pride to get one more honor, but and you have one more military than if you use Chagatai. But
Okay. He is just going Shono. He's just going Shono here.
it's going with all of them.
Really having a think.
If you want the Shono trigger, yeah, you're gonna reserve maybe.
He's going to reserve, and he'll have a border
maybe
rider.
You should have kept the. Oh yeah, you take a border rider so that you have your.
Okay, no, okay. Yeah. He's actually he can't break through this turn. He's only got one conflict after this, so border rider gets in the third.
Yeah,
conflict.
but I mean, okay. I thought you meant like having 3 breaks, not.
Okay, 3 breaks. Let's see. He might just have.
Chagatai was probably a better choice.
Okay, I mean, like at least this way he gets what do you call it? Pride if he wins, and because he has
Nershko, he still has a cavalry reserve.
He does, and there it is.
Yeah, and there it comes.
He actually may not even need to Nagui here. He could Nagui one of his own guys No, that's greedy. That's greedy, and it's only
No,
Shono.
no, I think you can't. Like you don't. There is
Yeah, yeah,
5
yeah,
cards, and you don't know what. So I think you
yeah.
can't. Like,
I think I leave the keeper at home regardless and just contest
just
favor.
let me check the goodbye, but I think. Oh yeah, he chooses. So yeah, yeah. I think you just like leave that the way it is. Just don't use Neki. You use him only if you're losing the conflict, right?
Yeah, yeah. If he has a military buff, then you just send home Uji,
Yeah.
and
And he doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
it's gonna go back.
Actually, yeah, that might be a bit greedy. Yeah, that's probably too greedy. Oh, and we see the
Okay.
one of Funjo for off keeper that has been played. Okay,
Yeah,
hard played, but yeah.
he's going for Earth now, and there's actually very little um that Shoot can do to stop this. He has yeah,
It's gonna
so
be Vengeful and Border Rider. I think actually you could have used the Negi to send home the keeper so that you don't break. And if Shoot tries to do anything against that, then you use Shono ability, and you still break after that. So he might you just have one card, so maybe you don't care about that.
Shena gets honored.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
it's a captive audience. Okay, yeah, of course you don't care about that.
Okay, so now
No, you stand the Border
what
Rider, go Earth.
you stand the Border Rider and you go Earth, and you the only thing that he can do, we don't know the other 5 cards in his hand, but what's on board at the minute, use a Sami. Now this is risky because both of these provinces suck for Unicorn.
The thing
Absolutely
is,
suck.
like, if you hit Magistrate now, you kind of don't care. Like, Shoot doesn't have a
That
conflict left, and he cannot stand
that's the
before
best.
to have a defender. So
That's true. So, but you can't break Magistrate unless it's on
you
the.
can.
Basically,
You
you have
can.
to attack this. You have to
You
attack the Asami
military.
province.
You definitely can. You're at 4 military.
It's great. Okay, Magistrate Station was underneath Asami. That's the result. So now he can only play Asami
You would be breaking
with
even under the
Uji,
dojo.
and he has to have a Banzai. And we have seen 2 Banzais, and he has.
Yeah, he can jump in the Azami definitely. Forget about that. Yeah.
He does not defend. We're gonna see Asami come in. We have to see. Shoot has to do something here.
You can't. I mean, you're in such a bad position. You can't let Magistrate breaking. I think
You have
yeah,
you have to try, right?
Yeah,
You have to try.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And even if he's not going to defend, he at least needs to. He uses Magistrate Station to stand.
Thing is, standing there is just of
For favor, right? You're getting favor. Well, you're not getting favor.
You might even not get it. Like, you might be 4-ring to 1. So if you if you're 2 to 3,
point.
then you get it. But 4 to 1, you don't.
Straight Station now.
Like, he might not have a military buff. It's possible he doesn't have one. How many bonsai does he have? Like 2?
He's used 2,
3 of
and
them. He has 3 of them, so there is 1 left.
He has.
Oh,
for okay. Shame.
Ready for battle? No, doesn't have a card left. So yeah, that's sad. So the Magistrate doesn't break, and now if he has even just a Kailana, then he can get that ring in defense. No, he doesn't. Okay. Noble Sacrifice.
He hits Noble Sacrifice.
I think you don't care about that, but you still don't get the favor.
Well, the good news is Uji and Toshimoka are both gone.
Yeah, that's really good.
Means that there is actually a bit of board parity here. Shoot is not representing a lot of military. I think now you just bid 5, right? You abandon that he can break the stronghold with. He has Revels.
Thing is, you're gonna be at 23, right? Your first player, you just take a ring. You go all in military on the air ring on the magistrate.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. Actually, that also works.
I guess that's how I
uh,
would do it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, okay. I like
just
that actually.
shoot can't bid anything else than one, or he straight loses the game. So you do the same, and then you just smash everything military. You just need to have a decent flop, but I think that's fine. Like, you have 3 characters already that have military strength. You've got the military
Oh,
favor.
and yeah, just auto wins the game here now, right?
I think it's a win. Uh, Even if shoot defense with everything, like, you need to be just at equal strength to win the game.
He still has that.
And you're gonna be. You're definitely gonna be. Like, you've got a Mother Youth, you've got Border Rider. Like, I don't know how you.
You just go for it and pray that the one card he's going to have a second card. Yeah, you just one bid here. You're 100% one bid.
Yeah, you just play the Motor Youth. You play.
What a sick game. He's just being clever now.
Yeah, shoot buys everything. Same thing. Like,
I wouldn't have put that's a misplay putting a fate on that youth unless he's going to pass now. You don't need the rider.
Thing is, you've got one card, so that 2 fates might.
If he draws cavalry reserves now,
yeah, you're gonna be super disappointed if you get cavalry reserve. He played 2 already, so he has like 1 left, right? You draw 1 card in 22. Like, right. Yeah, you would be extremely sad. I agree.
You need to like make sure that happens.
Actually, it's clever because like you've got that 0 cost character that you keep just in case you fail, like really just in case. But I don't see how you fail that. I think it's impossible. Like, there is like a 10 strength discrepancy, and shoot, he's going to have like he needs to be 1 above you. So
he has the duel. He has 4 cards. I don't know what he can do here.
4 shames. I think he has 1 left. Oh, he has 2 4 shame left actually.
So that takes out.
If you have like an assassination and 2 4 shame, that might. But I mean, even that, like, is it enough?
No, because no, I don't think it is. You just take the dishonor, and also that's all. That's that leaves him at 1 fate.
Like, you get 1 character dishonored, and then he has to be bought on the second 4 shame. So you're gonna remove what, like 6 strength? It's still like 8 to 5.
Dojo takes care of Tetsuke.
Interesting. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but he gave 1 honor for that. Like.
But
because you lose anyway. You lose anyway, so you give it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay, it's done. It's over. He doesn't have anything. What a game! And that is.
Oh, that's a very nice honor victory, right? One we don't see too often.
What a game! I thought that was fucking over. Toshimoke there.
Oh my god. That's really like double.
That's insane.
You know what was funny is that moment when you looked at wait, he's at 17. Like, how did that happen? Double yacht, that's 4. Double policy debate, that gave 4. Oh, that's +8 already. That's a lot.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, go on.
I'll tell you what happened there.
Yeah. All 4 were rough. Like, all the 4 ones.
One was really rough.
Yeah, that voice though, it's been played like very neatly. That was
that was a beautiful play. Yeah. I don't think anyone.
That's probably one of the most disheartening voice that you get in your face. I mean, like,
I just creeped up, didn't he? Just creeped up in honor. I think he could have won a turn earlier if he changed his line, but you know what? He got there, so it doesn't matter.
I'm still thinking about that first turn when like he had absolutely, literally nothing to fear, and he didn't attack with UG. Like I
Yeah,
just don't understand why. Like it doesn't make sense.
absolutely crazy game. God, this World Cup has been fucking amazing. It's just the fun levels of some of the games have been.
Yeah, a lot of those games are really, really good, and also
I've just loved it.
a lot of them end in a pretty unexpected way.
I know, right? This is great. Um, Fantastic to watch. I mean, that's really what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really it's about putting on a show, and they really did. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna shout out both of them in the World Cup channel because that was maybe one of my favorite games so far.
Yeah, it was a really good
Always
one.
like I'm a big fan of Shoot. I'm also a big fan of Unicorn. No secrets there, so it's a win-win for me.
I'm just cutting down the stream so that I can go